Good morning, guys. Praful here. Welcome back. Thanks for joining in. Today is 22nd of October. Today is the Friday, and we are going into the final week of October. And October has been super tough with all sorts of madness. And I think it's not just October. I think since August, September, and October, all the last 3 months have been really tough for option sellers because the implied volatility and the realized volatility are just poles apart. Volatility itna, I mean, implied volatility itna hai, but realized volatility itna hai. So market is moving 1.5-2% on an intraday basis, 3-4 times a day. So that's the kind of volatility that we are seeing, and the premiums are in no way suggesting the kind of volatility. So talking about today's positions, I have kept my position very light, and I have taken a 700 points triangle, a 1700 put and an 18600 call, which as of now is quite equidistant. So why I selected the particular strikes? First thing is, yes, though yesterday's low should act as a good support, but by the time we reach yesterday's low, it's gonna be too late, and I wanted to keep my distance from the markets. First thing is 18,000 should be a good psychological support, and 18,000 पे जो भी लोग इस rally को miss कर रहे थे, so they would come and buy the markets, and even the people who are short on the markets from 18,500, I think they'd start covering their positions at 18,000. So 18,000 should be a good psychological support level, and at the same time 18,600 is an all-time high, so people wouldn't unwind these 18,600 calls that easily. So the thing is, with this position, I can hold on to this position at least until either of them reaches somewhere around 45, 46 तक पहुंचते तक भी मतलब मैं hold कर सकता हूँ. Only after that I'll look for doing an adjustment. So the thing is, the market is again like very volatile. I mean, the volatile is not on a close to close basis. So this is where like you guys get confused. I mean, people who trade positional, so they'll be like, bro, market just fell 0.4%. Market just ended up higher 0.5%. So where is the volatility? Yes, the close to close volatility is not that much. But if you consider the intraday volatility, especially the kind of moves that we see in a particular candle, look at this. This candle made a high of 276 and made a low of 226. So this is a 50-point candle, right? 50-point candle on a 18,000 base ka index. What does this make? Like it's almost a 0.3%. So आपने जो बोला ना क्लोज टू क्लोज बेसिस में 0.4% क्लोज हो गया, यहाँ पे हर एक कैंडल का रेंज 0.3-0.4% है. So the intraday volatility is super high. That's what I meant when I mean volatility. So is it to scare away the intraday option sellers? Is it to, I don't know, like it can be anything, or it's just the phase of the market. So you can't exactly pinpoint and say like the market's doing this because of this, the market doing this because of this, but it is what it is, and this is a phase of the market, and like we need to just navigate through this. Like if you are a person who has a lot of discipline to see through this phase, then probably you'd be the ones like minting money once all this mayhem settles and once the market becomes slightly easy for the option sellers. Because आपने ये ऐसे सिचुएशन पे ट्रेड करके आपने अगर पैसे कमाए हैं या कम से कम पैसे गवाए नहीं, तो you'd be at a lot of confidence when the market becomes even slightly easier. क्योंकि आप मेरे expiry trades को देखते हैं, right? I somehow managed to come out profitable in spite of the worst possible kinds of expiries. So at least, or sometimes I don't take losses. So that is more than good enough for you guys, because like अगर एक एक्सपायरी थोड़ा भी इजी आता है ना, मतलब ज्यादा इजी नहीं, एकदम फ्लैट नहीं होना चाहिए, थोड़ा भी अगर एक एक्सपायरी इजी आ जाता है, तो you would be the ones to capitalize on it, because like you have already experienced a tougher expiry, a more horrible expiry. So that is why, so I think of this phase as some sort of a leveling up practice session or something. तो यहाँ पे ऐसे मार्केट्स में अगर ट्रेड करके हमने मतलब कम से कम पैसे नहीं गवाए ज्यादा से ज्यादा, even if I'm like flat for the whole month in a market like this, I'd be more than happy, because like the market is kind of testing not just option sellers' patience, it's testing our resilience. So all that said, this position is good to hold at least up until somewhere around 18,300 तक मैं कुछ नहीं करूंगा, 18,300 के बाद देखेंगे, and similarly towards the downside I won't do anything up until the days low is breached. days low तक तो hold कर ही सकता है, because these options, the 1700 put options, they are like decaying quite a bit, and we have already realized 5 points of decay. And काफी ज़्यादा comments आए हैं last video में, and I know the yesterday's market was really tough for most of you guys, but उसके साथ साथ like some directional people have made money also, so really I'm really glad for you guys. I'm really happy for you guys. And yeah, that's nothing much to talk about, because this position, at least from where we stand right now, this position needs not much of an intervention, I guess. The first call option which will spike way out of control is the 18500 का call option, because 18500 levels को मतलब अब 18500 levels को ceiling मान के 18500 के calls को काफी ज्यादा लोग short किए रहता है. So I don't think 18600 being covered at such an urgency. So I'm gonna let 18600 at least reach 40 तक तो मतलब कुछ करने की जरूरत नहीं. 40 के बाद I'll just take it off. तो आज ज्यादा मतलब रिस्क ऑन का कुछ प्लान्स नहीं है. So most probably I'll just keep taking the risk off from the losing side. अगर मार्केट ऊपर जा रहा है तो then probably I'll push the calls away. That's it. Alright guys, after the yesterday's expiry mayhem, market looks like it's gonna reward the option sellers today with a clean steady decay. And yeah, अब मैं क्या करूँगा? So look at this. The MTM's already at 23,000 with just 2,000 quantity, which means that we've already collected close to 11.5 points of decay. अगर आप देखेंगे तो there's no adjustments whatsoever. दो orders entry की, दो order call entry की, दो order put entry की, उतना ही है बस. And we've already collected 12 points of decay. So my exit criteria is very tight now. तो जैसे ये level breach होगा तो I'm gonna exit, and जैसे days high breach होगा I'm gonna exit, because मैंने क्या बोल रहा था कि if at all we realize around 70%, 70-75% of the decay in less than 30% of the value, तो we have to just get out of the position. तो that's simple है यार, लाइफ में मतलब जो भी 80-20 रूल है वो अप्लाई करूंगा. तो जैसे ही ये दोनों लेवल ब्रीच होगा, there I'll exit, और if at all I reach around 30 के mark to market, then also like I'll be more than happy to take this. It's a very decent outcome for a Friday. So alright, time is 10:48, and it's been a little while since I exited my position. 10:18 को मैंने position exit कर दिया, exactly half an hour back. So why did I do that? इस point पे this red candle, it looked a bit too strong to me, and that's why मैंने position को काट दिया, and we realized a good 14 point decay. So there is nothing wrong about it. Like अच्छा 14 point decay मिल गया है, and I think it was around 15 points, but of course, like you know, like while exiting, of course, like you'll have to give up 1 point in slippages and whatnot. The people who have been following me for quite some time, you guys know that I'm not a big fan of staying throughout the end of the day, except for Wednesdays and the expiries. So this has pretty much met my criteria, and I think it's good to go. So now that the markets are coming down, like anything can happen. अभी इसमें से और 5-6 point और DK मिल सकता है, but not gonna sit in the markets, because like I feel that the kind of because I feel that the additional 5-6 points, or even probably 10 points for that matter, so I don't think I want to collect those points staying in the market, because maybe like the market has been very kind as of now. The DK is good, so once you know that like you have collected like whatever you were supposed to collect, then probably it's better to get out of the market. So there's nothing wrong in that. So that's the idea. That's the end of my trading day, guys, and probably like I'll be looking out for some stocks like which have corrected more than 10-15% from the recent highs, and if they are of good quality stocks, then probably I'm gonna add into them. So देखेंगे क्या होता है.